10 food items that we should stock up on right now. Let's discuss. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another coffee rant with Dano. Guys, we got a lot to discuss. A lot to discuss tonight. If you have to pause on this video to get your coffee or whatever beverage you deem necessary, go ahead and do that now. This will be a lengthy discussion. So we have 10 items that a lot of our viewers have been talking about that have been going up in price. And one of them, probably the most commented, is steak, hamburger, beef prices. Beef prices are going through the roof. If you have some extra freezer space, we've been saying this was going to happen. We've been saying this was going to happen for months. We initially saw it go up in the winter, and now we're seeing it go up again here in the summer. We knew right around June, we knew it was going to start going up in price, and it sure is. Everywhere I go, it seems like it's getting more expensive. We've had a lot of viewers chime in from like Walmart, Publix. We saw at Publix where the prices are pretty high on meat. Publix is traditionally high on a lot of different things, but you know, the quality is there. Kroger prices are expected to go up, and yeah, with Walmart prices going up, you better believe it's probably going to be going up everywhere. I wouldn't be surprised if we start to see some items go up at Costco, some steak and beef items go up at Costco and Sam's Club as well. Now, we've seen many products go up at Sam's Club lately, so I have to assume usually Costco, a lot of their products are pretty close to the same prices of Sam's Club, so it is something we're going to have to keep an eye on. Number 2, spices. Spices is more of a problem than I initially thought it was going to be. Now, some places you go to, you can find, you know, a good amount of spices, but you know, some places like Meijer has, you know, they do a good job of getting different kinds. If they can't get a kind, they'll get another and they'll put it in there. I think that's why they're able to keep it going. Places like Walmart, they're only going to sell something for so much, and if they can't, if they know they're not going to sell it, or if it's just going to sit on the shelf, they're just not going to buy it. They're not going to buy it because they know you're not going to buy it. Spices have been an issue for a while. These are things that I believe we should stock up on, you know, when we have the opportunity, especially the ones that you use. Maybe if you find some things that you think you may use in the future, might be a good idea to buy up a couple of those as well. Let's have a sip of coffee here. Ah, good old Dunkin' coffee. Okay, so number 3, fish. Didn't think this would be an issue for a while. Looks like it is. We've been getting a lot of comments on different fish products. Salmon, surprisingly. Fresh salmon, canned tuna. Right? Some people have been saying that the cans of tuna have been flying off the shelf. Some have gone away, and they're just not coming back. Now, as to where we haven't had a major issue of this, I have noticed where it's been a lot lower than normal. We've been reading over the last few months that because of aluminum shortage, and you know, one of the things you always see in articles is overfishing. You know, I guess, I don't know, but for whatever reason, we're starting to get comments from this, especially from older videos. We have new viewers coming in that are talking about these things, and they're noticing this at Aldi, Walmart, Kroger, Winn-Dixie, somebody said, which is now owned by Aldi from what I understand, and a couple other ones. I think one was Food City. I know a lot of people were wanting me to visit Food City when I was down in Tennessee. I was not able to get to it. I did a couple of stores, Publix and Kroger down there, and thank you all for all of your kind comments. Me and Jessica had a great time. Number 4 on the list is sugar. Sugar's going away again, and it may be something that the next time you go to the store, you may not want to hesitate. Okay, you may want to buy some up. Prices have been really going up on sugar lately. Now, some places, you know, we've seen it actually come down. We've seen it come down a little bit. Walmart, 10 cents. Right, it was $3.24. It's come down to $3.14. Some other places have come down a little bit. You know, we'll check as we go along, do some of our store videos and stuff like that. But we continue to get comments, especially from older videos with newer viewers coming in. It's why we document these things. Why we leave them up there so that if somebody comes and sees it, they can chime in on some things that they're seeing across the country and around the world. This is a world problem, and that brings us to number 5, rice. Rice is becoming an issue. Not just is it going so far up in price. We've been talking about some rice over the last few videos, and a lot of people have been chiming in saying that rice has been disappearing. More of the cheaper rice. right? Not like the big bags that are sold in bulk at places like Sam's and Costco, although we've seen it shorter. We've even seen it at Sam's Club where they're not selling some of the ones they used to sell. Some people were saying that they were out of their favorite kind at that Sona Masuri rice at Costco. I've seen that gone at our Costco as well. Now, I haven't seen the prices go up at these places yet, but you better believe it's coming. Some of our viewers out on the West Coast, out in California, some in Arizona, Arkansas, we had one of our longtime viewers say that rice was very short, and then you did see some coming back in, like smaller bags, at a higher price. So it's something we need to pay attention to. We've been talking about this for like a year, and there's been a lot of our viewers who have been stocking up on rice because a lot of people use rice in their diets, and this is an issue where we're getting comments from people from all around the world. This is affecting all around the world, especially places like Thailand, Vietnam, even China. Surprisingly, even China. I mean, it's like you would think that because a lot of these different rices and stuff are in a lot of cultures' main diet, right? So a lot more supply and demand, but with weather conditions, people concerned. India has been an issue with their export ban still going on. Not as heavy as it was a year ago, but it's still going on because they need to make sure that they can supply the rice that they eat for their own people. Now, a lot of rice over here, we do have more of, like basmati. It seems like we have a ton of basmati rice, but jasmine rice is hit or miss, right? The one we always get comments on all the time is jasmine rice, and we've seen it go away, come back at a higher price. It's how everything is. So again, we continue to speak the message when you go to the store. Some of these items we're going over today, you may want to just, find a sale, find a deal on it, but if you don't, you may just want to get some to know you have it. It's all we can do. We got to make sure we're stocking up on the sales as we see them, so that we don't get caught not being able to find it, or the price is so much we can't afford it. Okay, number 6 on the list is bread, and this is something that it's hard to talk about something that is hard to see for myself or not see for myself. Now we've had specialty breads. I assume they've gone out of business. A lot of them have gone out of business. Some of them, it's funny, some of them will come back like a year later, and then they'll sell out, and then they'll be gone for forever, right? Like some of these, even some different kinds, some different breads. Now, we've had issues with wheat, grains. We've had problems with oats, stuff like that. I know, there's been issues with different cereal that some people can't find. That has a lot to do with oats. We got the issue with Cheerios and stuff, with the oat issue and stuff. I'm not going to dive all into that. We've talked about that a lot in the past. But breads, a lot of people have been talking about different breads not showing up. Sunbeam has been a big one. Sunbeam. Now, if we remember back probably a year ago, you couldn't find Sunbeam anywhere around here. It was gone, and it came back. It was at a higher price. Now it's higher than ever. The last time I checked, it was $2.69 a loaf, which for around here, it's pretty expensive. When like a year ago or a little over a year ago, before it started disappearing, you could find it for just about $2. I think it was like $2.19, and now $2.69 at Kroger regular price. That's pretty crazy. Even Kroger bread's getting pretty expensive now. As to where they seem to always have Kroger bread in, it's like, I saw the sale that they had the other day. Somebody mentioned it, the 99-cent Kroger bread. A lot of people were talking about that, saying that Kroger was out of bread. They were out of their own bread. A lot of people were probably buying it up because it was 99 cents on a digital coupon. So I can imagine, a lot of people are buying those things. Okay, number 7 here. We need to discuss this one. Coffee. Coffee's going up in price. We've been talking about this for months, guys. Talking about it for months. I try to point, that's why I point out whatever store I go to that sells coffee, I try to point out the different coffee deals, especially the ones that our viewers talk about here on the channel. Okay. I was at Publix a couple days ago, and I noticed that not only have their coffee prices gone up, they don't seem like they're carrying as much as they used to. It was a very small section of coffee. I was shocked. And the prices were ridiculously shocking. Okay, $13.99 for a thing of Folgers coffee. I was like, what? You know, the Starbucks for $13.49. Yeah, it was just ridiculous. Just ridiculous. I mean, some of the prices there now, I still have yet to check some more of the prices around here, but some of them have gone up. As we've said, they've gone up at Walmart. We have new viewers that have come in to older videos that have been talking about different prices going up at our Walmart about coffee. So until I get there myself and check some of the different prices on them, we'll see if some of them have gone up again. I wouldn't be surprised if they have, right? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised because we've seen Walmart's prices on coffee. Now, for regular price, Walmart is still a little bit better than some places. Some places is actually a little bit worse, but I'll tell you what, if you like your coffee like I do, when you find the deals on it, stock up on them because coffee seems like it's going to be going up pretty high. Now, a lot of the beans affected around the world aren't traditionally a lot of the beans that we use in like Folgers and some other ones like Dunkin', Starbucks, some of these. But a lot of the other ones, are used, and we may not even see some of these coffees around here. And I wouldn't be surprised if some of them start disappearing. You can only charge so much for some of the coffees that were really cheap and now getting really expensive. Look at instant coffee. Look at instant coffee and how expensive it has gotten. Instant coffee has doubled over the last like 5 or 6 years, and it just keeps going up. It keeps going up. So, I know we have a lot of viewers on the channel that like instant coffee, so I would definitely be stocking up on some. Try to find some of the best deals. We always get, anytime we go to Sam's Club or we go to Costco, we always get the question, okay, like, is it worth it? Is it worth it to get a membership? Well, all you really have to do is look at the coffee prices and realize, yes, it's worth it. Even if that's all you bought is coffee and toilet paper from Sam's Club, then you will work your membership off after a couple trips. If you're stocking up on this stuff, which you should be. You should, because the price, we keep hearing too that price is going to be going up a lot. Same thing with a lot of different things going on right now with the weather conditions. Either over rain or no rain is forcing a lot of these different issues. And the next one I'm going to talk about right now is produce. Number 8 on our list covers a wide variety of produce. There's a lot of issues going on with produce right now. A lot of people have been seeking out healthier options. A lot more people, I feel, are buying different produce. They're trying new things. They're expanding their diets, right? Trying to make it, I'm doing it myself. We're doing it ourselves. We're trying new things, trying to, expand things, look into things, see what's healthier, what's good for you, what's not. A lot of these conventional fruits and produce, the word is out, guys. A lot of these things have heavy chemicals in them. They do. And it's like, they claim they wash these things and everything, but my point is a lot of people have been buying organic. And do you remember, like, if you've been on the channel for a while, you remember when we started, there were a lot of people saying, Dan, check out some of the organic, check out the organic. And we were going over prices, and there was like a point, right, where organic and conventional were right about the same price. Right about the same price. Conventional was getting so expensive, which it's still getting expensive. Now organic is catching up because I think more and more people are buying organic options, because even if there are some chemicals in it or some things, because I feel like everything at some point is going to have something on it, but it's a lot less. Apparently the best thing I can do and tell you is wash your fruit. Wash everything. Wash your fruits, wash your vegetables. We've talked about this in videos, the best ways to do that. Maybe use a colander and kind of just wash them. I know some people have said soak them in vinegar, like vinegar mixed with water, and soak them like that. That could be a really good way to do it. I just use a colander, wash them, and I don't let them soak. I don't know. I'm not really for soaking fruits and vegetables. Sure, it's fine to do, but I like running water and just washing them through and then put them away, seal them up. If you get some good deals. Last week, our Meyer up here, they had those blackberries for 50 cents. 50 cents a pack. Freeze them. Freeze them. You know, we find deals like that. We got to buy them up and we got to freeze them because those will last a long time. That was a good deal. It's a good deal. So next on the list, items that I believe, this one I can't say for sure. Okay. But it's been a while. It's been a while. Produce is going up. Vegetables are going up. They're going up constantly. Constantly. I believe, you know, it's Memorial Day weekend is over. The sales, for what very few we saw, very few sales. The best sale I saw at Kroger was probably $3.99 for a watermelon digital coupon. They had those ribeyes for $9.99 a pound. Regular price like $17.99 a pound. I know they said $15.99 a pound, but that's not it. It's going to be $17.99 a pound. Sometimes stores lower the regular price, and then when the sale's over, the regular price goes back up. I don't get that. I don't know. We've been seeing that more and more. Okay? But that is number 9 is canned vegetables, canned fruits. We believe that these are going to be going up in price as well. Now, I don't know how much more these things can happen. But again, we've gotten a lot of viewers that have come on here saying that canned goods are missing at Walmart. They're missing at Aldi. Haven't had any issues with Kroger. I think that's probably because Kroger is a little more expensive. And some other places have people talking about like store brands being gone. Meijer, we've had issues with Meijer and their canned vegetables. I don't know. I think maybe they were running a sale on their canned vegetables in some other places. I didn't see it at our Meijer. They forgot to put the stickers up. But getting so many comments on different canned vegetables and stuff like that being in short supply, I have to believe that they're going to come back, and they're going to come back at a higher price. May not be much, but we don't usually see them go up by much, because I think stores are afraid to raise them too much, because if they do, people are just going to say, forget it, I'm getting that Sam's Club membership, and I'm going to do like Dano and get those Del Monte canned vegetables for less than $1 a piece. I mean, that's how I think. You know, if I was a business owner, I'd be like, well, we can't, you know, we're paying a little bit more, but we can only raise it up a couple pennies, right? Because that's usually what it is. When Walmart raised their prices on their canned beans from, they were 78 cents, and now I think they're 82 cents. People were getting on the channel here, and they were like, Walmart just raised their bean prices 4 cents. And I'm thinking, yeah, I hear you. It's another price increase. We can't talk out. We can't talk down any price increase, right? It's still 4 cents. 4 cents is 4 cents. Especially, you know, when you're buying in bulk, you really do notice these things. But I was kind of happy that that's all it was. I was expecting, you know, it was like, when I saw that, I was like, well, 78 cents to 82 cents, that is an increase, but it could have been a lot worse. And it'll get worse. I hate to say it like that. There's really no way to sugarcoat it. So if we buy these things now and stock up on some of these items, then we know we're going to have them for the future. Okay, and that we were at least able to save on the ones we could, right? So number 10 on the list. Now this is one I probably could have put with spices. Salt is getting expensive. Different kinds of salt. A lot of people, I've had viewers mention Himalayan salt, not being able to find Himalayan salt. They do sell it at Dollar Tree. I know everybody's going to say Dollar Tree, if you can find it. Okay, if you can find it. Now, there's been multiple issues with salt. Someone left a comment the other day saying that they couldn't find the 2-packs, right? Like some stores like Kroger and stuff, they'll sell like the 2-pack of salt and pepper and the same thing. And that they had all this pepper, no salt. They didn't have any Morton salt, but they did have Kroger salt. This is something that we've talked about. Now, we haven't had this issue around here. I can say that, you know, we have seen where Morton salt prices have gone up. I think store salt prices are about to go up too. I saw down at Publix where it was completely full of salt. But do you know how much one of the Publix store brand salt containers was? $1.29. $1.29. $1.65 for Morton's, which is actually 2 cents cheaper than Walmart, if you can find it, right? Because Walmart's the big issue here. They'll either have the great value salt or they'll have the Morton salt. There's so many different times where it's just been gone when I go there. But we've been talking about this one for over a year. It just continues to be an issue. And I do have a bonus item here. Okay, and this is something that I want. Take this for what you will, but a lot of places, even Publix the other day, I was kind of surprised because if you watch that video, I love Publix Bakery. Publix Bakery is incredible, but I noticed there was a lot less. Now, take into consideration it was Memorial Day weekend, so they could have sold a lot, but I've noticed around here, okay, Kroger, Meijer, even our Walmart, baking products, okay, have been a lot less. Why is that? Employee shortages? Maybe. I doubt it, though, because it's everywhere. This is happening everywhere, right? Every store. Publix, who is known for their bakery items, didn't really have a lot. They didn't have the shelving like they used to. They didn't have all the different stands like they used to. So this, I look at as a prime opportunity for, if you can, and you may not want to, but try making your own. Look up different recipes. Me and Jessica, this is something that we've been doing. We've been trying to do a lot of different baking options, things, maybe healthier options for us. Doesn't have to be for you, but, making your own cookies, maybe from scratch. Trying something that maybe Publix or Kroger makes and make it yourself, and you'd be surprised how much better it tastes. A lot of these different things a lot of these cookies and stuff from Kroger, yeah, they're okay, but boy, when you cook them yourself, they're fantastic. So just kind of pushing that little message a little bit here for a bonus thing. We keep seeing all these ingredients that are mass produced for companies like Kroger and other stores for them to make said products. We can still get these products ourselves and make our desserts, our donuts, our different things like this ourselves. People have even mentioned with the whole bread thing, getting a bread machine and making your own bread. I think that's genius. It tastes better. It's better quality. You know what's in the bread, right? No process. It's real and it's good stuff when it's not going to be good after a few days. Because bread traditionally, when you make it yourself, does not last long unless you do something to preserve it or freeze it or something like that. But anyway, just throwing that out there. These are the kind of things that me and Jess are trying to do to try and live a healthier life. But not just that. But cooking your own things and doing your own stuff, maybe having your own garden, maybe raising your own cattle. I mean, we're maybe see this more and more. I talked with a lady while we were down in Tennessee. They raise beef cattle, right? They keep one for themselves and then they sell the rest. And I'll tell you what, like, if I had some land, it's probably what I would be doing because it's, you save a lot of money. You're helping out a lot of people. You're probably making some decent money while you're doing it. I don't know. I mean, I think we as a whole, we as a group, we as a world need to start doing more things like this to because with all these different things going on, recalls. Look at the recall that we just had on Fiji water. Fiji water with a recall that had manganese in it. It was bottled back in November, and now they're calling a recall on it. This is like that Jif peanut butter recall they had. This was months ago. You had nobody testing for manganese, and they say like a couple other bacteria. I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there. I know that recall is pretty recent. 1.9 million bottles. They were all sold on Amazon as 24 cases of Fiji water. So if you were one of the ones affected by that, you may want to check either the FDA. I don't even know if you check the FDA's website, but it's all over the news. It's all on your computer. Google it. Water recall. Fiji comes up. It's like 80,000 cases, guys. 80,000. 1.9 million bottles of water recalled. And we keep having these recalls, which is leading us to just want to do everything ourselves. So that way we know what's going into the product. We know what we're eating. We know what we're doing. Now, we don't have the ability to grow and do everything, right? For that, we're going to be visiting a lot more farmers markets, which we do anyway. It's nice this time of year because we have like little farmers stands and stuff. Like we have Burwinkle Farms and stuff like that. They put stands out all over Cincinnati. Great tomatoes, big juicy tomatoes, big zucchini, everything. The best corn you've ever had. Jungle Gems, too, up north in Fairfield, Ohio, and the one on the east side. They're a huge farmers market, and they get some of the freshest produce around. So You know, that's where I'm going. That's where I'm getting to get my produce anymore, just because with all these different things of all the saturated chemicals in strawberries that we've been hearing about, and how they just are laden with different things, and you know, different bug killers, I guess. You know, because when you're growing that much, yeah, I can see you want to have a high yield, right? Because it's all about this. It's all about the money, guys. You ever want to know what's wrong? Follow the money. Follow the money. Anyway, guys, yeah, I've just gone on long enough here, but those are our 10 things. 10 things that we should probably be adding to our pantry right now, because we're probably going to be not only seeing some shortages, we'll see them go away, but like everything else, they're going to come back at a higher price. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great night.